Last night we got an absolute cluster of Starfield news coming from the Bethesda dev team themselves. Emil and Will Shen did a live Q&A on Bethesda's official Discord last night, and honestly the way that this Q&A was handled was absolutely appalling, but we did get a ton of new information. I'm not gonna lie, some of this stuff we already knew, I will be skipping that, and I think that if you've paid any attention to the Starfield news that's come out over the last like 3-ish years, then you will know all of that too, which is why we're just going to skip it, not waste any time and get straight to the things that we didn't know. The one thing that a lot of people have been wondering about is actually houses and whether or not we can buy houses in the 4 main cities, and last night we did get a confirmation that yes, we can get a house in all of the major cities in the game. And there's even a few that you can get specifically for completing a certain thing or some quests, which is cool. I'm really glad that we got that confirmed, because I was very disappointed that there was only one like purchasable house in Fallout 4, so I'm really glad that we're getting more of a Skyrim-esque house purchasing kind of system, if you get what I mean. But another thing that a lot of people have wondered about is backgrounds, because it's been made clear from us since day one that traits are completely optional, but we never knew if we were going to be forced to select a background or not. Well, last night Will Shen did confirm that no, you don't have to choose a background. We can start the game with no background and no traits if we really want to. Now, of course, we all already know about smuggling contraband / illegal items into cities, although now we have confirmation that we'll be doing this through special ship modules that we can purchase throughout the game. But talking about purchasing and money, Emil also confirmed that the economy is fixed, but the prices of bought and sold goods can be changed based on the skills we have. And on top of this, we will only need to pay our workers once. Now, there has been a lot of discussion about the money system in Starfield, and for some reason a bunch of people thought it was going to be super in-depth, and while of course that would have been nice, there was never really any evidence that pointed towards that, so I can somewhat understand why people were disappointed in this, but to me this is just the usual thing that Bethesda always does with their money system, so it's not a big shocker. Now, when I was going over all of the cities and doing the breakdowns and the deep dives in all of the 4 main city videos, I pointed out that there was a Crimson Fleet pirate inside of a jail in Aquila City. And Emil did confirm last night that yes, just like Skyrim, there is an entire prison / jail and law system, unlike Fallout 4. Just like Skyrim, we can either go to jail, pay a fine, or resist arrest and fight our way out of being arrested. And we've also known for a very long time that if we join the United Colonies, we can also join the Crimson Fleet as a sort of undercover cop for the United Colonies. But again, last night we learned that we can do this the other way around too, joining the United Colonies as an undercover pirate. Also, as you probably just saw, that they also confirmed for us that yes, all playable faction questlines can be completed independently. So unlike Fallout 4, these factions don't seem to be tied into the main story like a lot of us thought. Instead, they'll each have their own questline, which is fantastic. Emil also goes on to say how we won't become the leader of all of these factions, which is just fucking amazing. Nobody wanted to become the Listener, the Dragonborn and the Master Thief all in one playthrough again. I'm so glad that Bethesda heard this feedback, although the work we do for these factions is apparently important. Now, moving on to Starfield's religions, we did hear how in real life religions are a part of Starfield's universe, which obviously makes sense because we know Starfield is a realism setting. However, they aren't the focus. Instead, we're going to have 3 new religions, and religious factions I should say, that we actually get some insight into what they do and what they believe here. Now, the Sanctum Universum members are known as the Universals. They believe that a god very much exists somewhere in the universe and that a higher power is guiding us all. They believe that the reason that we're able to travel and grav jump and all of those things is God's way of saying, I'm out here, come and find me. Whereas the Enlightened are an atheist group that focus on human and community work. They don't believe in any kind of higher power. Instead, they teach that human beings need to take care of each other rather than sort of relying on a higher power. They practice what they preach through various community outreach programs, and I think with this I finally found my background actually. I've known which traits I've wanted to do for my first playthrough for a while, but I still hadn't decided on a background, and this one definitely calls out to me. The House Faroon has the longest background on the list, with Emil basically saying when a colony ship set off for a new world, making grav jumps and all of that usual stuff, After one grav jump, one of the passengers claimed that he spent the time during that grav jump talking with a celestial entity known as the Great Serpent. And apparently what felt like just a mere few seconds for everyone else was much longer for him. We also got a confirmation that there will be over 20 named characters / companions that can join our crew, but the most in-depth ones are members of Constellation. I'm still honestly a bit disappointed with that, and a bit disappointed that we only have 4 romanceable options, none of which look very good to me, but it is what it is. At least we have 20-ish companions in total. But on top of this, we also have unnamed workers that we can hire. I'll definitely be going around finding all of the named folks and putting them all on a base on Earth's moon Luna. I did also get a confirmation that yes, mechs will be in the game, but they aren't usable. Honestly, I think we all could have guessed that, so that's pretty much it. There were a ton of other questions and answers, but again, it was all really basic stuff that we had heard like a million times before, so I don't want to waste your time talking about it. And as I've told you all the other day, I am ridiculously busy this week. I've been posting updates on the channel on the Discord, so if you haven't joined the Discord yet, now is absolutely the time to do so, because my upload schedule is going to be a bit messy for a while. But anyway, if you did enjoy the video, I kindly ask that you leave it a like. It really helps out more than you can imagine. And of course, consider subscribing if you want to stay up to date on Starfield and all other Bethesda Game Studios games and more open world RPG content. Lastly, as always, a huge, massive thank you to our channel members. You guys mean the world, so thank you so much for your generosity month after month. I really cannot thank you enough. And I also want to give a very quick shout out to my right hand man, Mr. Hobo Robo, for gathering and organising all of these questions for me. He saved me like a solid hour-ish of work, so thank you for that, dude. You absolutely rock. But with that all said and done, thank you all so much for watching, and I really hope to see you next time. Peace.